Welcome to your online source for calculator tutorials. In this tutorial, we will calculate problems involving annuities using the finance command. Let's take a look at our first problem. If you deposit $100 per month over 5 years at 6% interest, how much money will you have at the end? Alright, this is a typical annuity problem. Let's go ahead and open up a second sub-entry here, and we're going to use the finance command. So go to your catalog, find the finance command. Remember, the inputs used are the present value, future value, payment, interest per period, and the total number of compounding periods. If you're unfamiliar with how to use this command or what the variables mean, you should check out the Introduction to the Finance Command tutorial located on the course webpage. Alright, for this particular problem, there is no present value. In other words, there's no initial deposit that's being made, so the first slot, the PV, is 0. The future value is what we're actually looking for this particular problem. We want to know how much money will we have at the end. Alright, we're depositing $100 into this account. Remember, we're making an investment here, so that money should be negative. Negative $100 is the payment size. Alright, 6% interest compounded monthly, so the interest per period is 6 divided by 12. And then this is occurring for 5 years, compounded 12 times a year, so there's a total of 5 times 12, or 60 total compounding periods. Alright, once you're finished with that, go ahead and hit solve. This will return the value $6,977. That is the size of this account after 5 years, depositing $100 a year. Alright, suppose that you want to purchase a 20-year annuity that pays $500 a month. If the guaranteed interest rate is 4%, how much should you pay now for the annuity? Alright, this is a present value of annuity problem. These tend to be very tricky for students, so you probably want to pay close attention to this. Go ahead and find your finance command. And I said it was a present value annuity problem. Let me explain what I mean by that. What's happening is you're purchasing an annuity. It's a 20-year annuity. It's going to pay you out $500 a month. So what is that? $6,000 a year. The total amount then would be $120,000 annuity. So you already know the future value of the annuity. It's going to pay you out money every year, or excuse me, every month. What you want to know is how much should you pay for that thing now? Because you don't want to pay the full amount for it, because it's going to earn interest over time and pay you out from the interest. So in other words, what is it worth now? This is a present value problem, so we don't know the present value, so just enter PV for the time being. The future value of the annuity is 0. The reason being is because it's paying us money. Eventually that money is going to run out and the future value will be 0. Alright, 4% interest rate compounded monthly, so it's, excuse me, we have to put in the payment. I got ahead of myself there. Alright, the payment is $500 a month. It's paying that money to us, so that's a positive amount. We're not investing it. This is kind of acting like a loan in reverse here. Alright, the interest rate is 4%, paid out per month, so it's per period, it's 4 divided by 12. And then it's 20 years, 12 payments a year. Alright, once you have everything in place, go ahead and hit solve. What this tells us is that if we want this annuity, we should pay $82,510.93 now. But like I said, remember, the annuity is worth a total of $120,000. So we're paying a little bit up front for a larger return over time. This is how annuities tend to work. Alright, our third and final problem. Go ahead and hit return to open up a sub-entry. On the same day every year, you put $2,000 into a stock portfolio. If the market rises 8% per year, how many years will it take you to accumulate $40,000? Okay, this is a fairly typical type of problem that you want to ask. You're building up to a certain amount of money. You haven't invested any money up front, but you're making a sizable, payment or donation, and you want to work up to a goal, how long will it take you to work up to this particular goal of $40,000? Go ahead and find your finance command. There's no initial deposit, so the present value is 0. We're accumulating to $40,000, that's our future value. We're making an investment payment, therefore a negative amount of $2,000. The interest rate is 8%, and this is per year, so I don't have to divide by anything. It's per period, so 8% per year. And then finally, we do not know in other words, we do not know the total number of compounding periods, in this case, total number of years. That's what we want to actually find. So once you have all that set up, hit solve. And that returns a value of 12.4. Remember to interpret your answer. This represents 12.4 years. All right, this concludes our Solving Annuity Problems tutorial. Feel free to replay this tutorial or browse any of the other available tutorials on the course webpage.